Ernée in 3 words. Explosive.
French, fans, friends.
Crazy. Patriotic. The French hillside circuit of Ernée has really built a reputation over the years as one of the most iconic motocross venues in the world, and that's mainly due to the fantastic Motocross of Nations events it's held in the past, in 2005, 2015, 2023. And also, every time we have an event at Ernée, the fans that turn up are just a different level. Hugely enthusiastic, they know how to party, and they know how to support their riders all the way through to the finish line. And we've seen that many a times during a race at Ernée, when you see a rider make a pass near the front and the whole venue will erupt. And we've definitely seen over the years many French riders, whether it's in individual or team success, really carve their name in the history books of Ernée.
This is racing.
Going to Ernée was a special feeling, obviously. You go to your French GP. Actually, we are lucky we had 2 GPs this year in France. So it was obviously a good feeling going there. Unfortunately, not in full shape. So I knew I was not going there with the best assets in my game, let's say. But yeah, I wanted to go there, perform and give my best for myself and for the French crowd.
He wants to win, so too does Vial. Either way, it's going to be a French 1-2. It does not get any better than this. Maxime Renault, Tom Vial, first and second in race 2.
2023 Nations in Ernée was very special, coming out from a pretty tough season with a big injury on my foot. Actually still struggling with it during that race. But I could turn the things up, and make a very great race on a personal side, let's say, as a single rider. And extra than that, we made a great race as a team with Team France. We won the Nations as a team. So it was just, great to end up the 23 season this way. It was one of the biggest, feeling I ever experienced. And also the podium moment was amazing. So very glad I could live that once in my life. And for sure I will remember it till the end of my days. After Argentina, we were in a really good shape, just being one with the bike and also physically ready, calm mentally, and a smaller practice crash unfortunately took me out of that rolling ball, which was a positive one. And then since that moment, it was just like a warrior mode. I had to really dig deep. Had a surgery on a Tuesday night, went to race in the weekend with one hand basically. And from then I had some other issues which we're still dealing with now. Every weekend is a fight, and I just want to give everything I have. I don't want to think about how good I was and how I am right now, because the situation is what it is now. and I have to just take it how it is and give 200% like I always do. I had to do many setups on many things to handle the small injuries, small or bigger injuries I have. We are just working as a team, trying to get my 100% as best as possible at the moment, and looking forward to the good days, which hopefully gonna come soon. And yeah, looking forward to be back on the top step of the podium, obviously.
For the French fans at Ernée, they had that big red number 3 plate of Romain Febvre to focus on, and that was hugely evident even at the beginning of the weekend during the Blackadder start practice. It was almost as if every move Romain would make, the crowd will respond to it. And Romain seemed super relaxed, he seemed to be enjoying the attention, he was interacting, he was laughing, and I believe that that attention from the crowd really helped Romain find another gear to really meet the occasion when it mattered the most.
Coming into Ernée, obviously you've got the usual atmosphere, the usual expectation for the French riders to perform, no more so than for Romain Febvre, who arrived for the first time at a home Grand Prix with the Championship Leaders red plate, by the way. He was in confident mood, but one rider who was even more confident, I think judging by his time in time practice, Lucas Koenen, his main rival, just kind of shushing the crowd very, very temporarily, let's say. And then obviously they had the qualifying race, and with Lucas winning that and Kevin Horgmo getting a career best in second and Romain getting very frustrated not being able to find his way through from third, there was another 2-point gain for Romain. So from that side, it didn't look like it was going to be plain sailing. And actually, you know, come race day, it wasn't either.
Romain Febvre, Lucas Koenen, elbow to elbow, eyeing up that great, fantastic sight that is the run down towards turn 1 in front of a packed crowd. The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the first time, MXGP Race 1. Calm everything down, the gate about to drop, we burst into life, the roar of the crowd behind us. Febvre tucked to the inside, he gets tagged, going through there as well, a rider down behind them at the back there. But it's going to be Koenen who leads the way, and Herlings with a rocket start. He stays on 2 wheels as he tried to run it down, the Pretender to his throat. As Herlings rushing the corners at the top of the hill, Fernandez getting past there by Maxime Renault. Fernandez down.
So far, 2025 has been a bit quiet for Jeffrey Herlings. He missed the first few races because of his ongoing sort of rehab from last year's injury hangover, if you like. And so every race that he's coming in, he seems to be sort of learning how to ride the bike again, given the track conditions, because you go training during the week, the circuits are never the same as you get for an MXGP track. Remember, Jeffrey Herlings hadn't ridden this particular venue at the Motocross Nations in 15, hadn't raced it in 23, wasn't here the last time we had a Grand Prix in 2022 either. To see him pushing Lucas Koenen with a near hole shot and in that first race was pretty impressive.
What a ride for Lucas Koenen. The Red Bull KTM rider across the plateau for the final time. He's done everything perfectly. He dealt with Jeffrey Herlings when he needed to. Out of the final turn, Koenen drops downhill. He takes his 7th race win of the season. Race win number 30 in the career of Lucas Koenen. Febvre crosses the line 2nd. Herlings who crosses the line in 3rd place.
Yeah, Ernée has been a tough GP. Saturday qualifying race, 5th place. I fought my way from quite back, a bad start, but riding was really well, really good. First moto 4th, which was decent, not amazing, but decent. And second moto, I wanted to go for a good result to try to get myself on the podium. But unfortunately, I crashed in the second corner and then tried my best to come back, but it was pretty tough to gain ground on the track, and I haven't been good enough. So yeah, disappointed, obviously. Second corner actually, so I crashed. It was like first lap action, you know, and I went really fast around the outside, and another rider came on the inside, a bit hot, and both of us went hesitant, and I'm not sure there has been a contact or something, but I just like lost balance on the other side of the berm and just went on the other side of the berm, crashed. So a bit of a race action, let's say, and you always try to make your place and push hard in the first corners, especially when you don't have the best start like I had. So yeah, it is what it is.
Koonin runs around the outside and takes the lead though by turn 3. Wasting no time to get back there into the lead. A repeat move, as he did in race 1, is a little bit off balance, but he makes the move stick again for the second time this weekend on Jeremy Seewer.
At the bottom of the long hill. Lucas just didn't get the drive. He'd missed his, it looked like he wanted the line more to the inside coming out of the turn, but then he drifted into the second or third line, and then he was a little bit off balance, and then his feet came off the peg.
Febvre into second with Koonin exactly where he wanted him, and he's got him on the road. It's a mistake from Koonin. Listen to the roar of the crowd as Febvre flies by. Febvre wins at home.
Quentin Prugnières, he has a French passport, but he was actually born on Réunion Island, which is in the Indian Ocean, on the other side of Madagascar from Africa. And this island is very well known for its surfing. However, it couldn't be further away from the base of world-class motocross. But I do think that this background of Quentin has perhaps given him a different life perspective to other motocross riders.
But now being on the, what you call, like really different seasons, you know, was really the shock, you know, for us, especially because we came from hot to really cold, because when we came here, we went to live in the north of France. So it was definitely a big difference, you know, knowing the temperatures like -1, -2, riding all the time in the rain, in the snow, you know, that was pretty much a big difference. To be honest, I enjoy a lot French GPs, you know, with the crowd and stuff. We usually have really good tracks. Looking good, huh? To be honest, like big rods, stuff. It's pretty fun, I would say. Didn't feel so bad. I think the time between the riders are pretty tight, but for free practice was alright. But yeah, Ernée didn't went really well for me. Just, you know, track was tough to pass, you know, tough to make the difference, you know, really with a lot of speed all the weekend. So yeah, no, I didn't feel any like big pressure or anything to be home. I just usually like the environment, you know, the crowd, the people coming cheering for you and stuff, you know, that is different than the older GPs. But yeah, could have been much better, you know. I think my riding was not so well, you know, just sometimes you're there, sometimes you're not, and I was definitely not there in Ernée, so I just tried to give my best at the moment, and yeah, that's it. Actually, music before the races is just, I don't know, French song that, I don't know, just will speak to me or whatever, and just the music that will get deep into you, you know, to just warm you up, or otherwise just try to get the US rap, you know, that just fire you up or something, you know, get some good lyrics to get fired up before the race.
De Wolf is the one that is kind of coming in with the advantage and looking the most complete, maybe, let's say. But all that kind of changed in Ernée. Fastest in the free practice, 20th in time practice. We picked him up falling through a right-hander. Now, we all initially thought it was a shoulder injury, the way that he fell. Turns out it was an ankle injury, so that could have only have been the right ankle, I'd assume. And that then put him on the back foot for the qualifying race, where he was all the way over to the left-hand side for a long straight into a right-hander. And he looked very tentative going into that first turn.
Ernée is a hard-packed track, but it was still De Wolf that was the fastest in the free practice sessions. But after his issues, it was his main championship rival, Simon Langenfelder and Andrea Adamo, that took full advantage of his misfortune.
Always with the French fans, it's always crazy, you know, the atmosphere is unbelievable. So no, I was happy to be here and to race, so no, it was nice. And lucky it was not the best weekend also for me. You know, we always expect a lot when we are in France. We want to do good, and yeah, but we keep building.
And Perez has gone down on the next jump.
How to say it? Yeah, we have some great battles. When we was in 85, yeah, we was pushing each other really to the limit. I will not say almost to fight, but yeah, close to fight. So no, but yeah, we put everything on the table when we came in the team. We say to each other, yeah, if we have problems, we just say to each other. So, but yeah, on the race, we are always the same, you know. We're not gonna put each other on the ground, that's for sure. But yeah, like we say, if yeah, he come like to block past me or everything, you know, we are okay. We do racing, we do motocross, we love this, and we love action. So no, for sure, it's all good, all good.
Adamo wins for the third time the qualifying race. Langenfelder with the foxhole shot. De Wolf getting the start that he needed in second. Adamo in third. But it's Langenfelder who leads. De Wolf, the championship leader in second. Adamo third. Latta and Sasha Coonan here in pink on the number 19. How badly injured is that ankle? He takes it out, he goes down.
So race one, we know Kai now is going to the gate 8th position, but in the qualifying race we saw how tentative he was going into that first corner. He needed to be right on the top of his game, and he was. Came out second, halfway round through the left-hander. It looked like the back bobbled and then that broke traction at the front end as well. Simple spin around, picked himself up from second, got himself back in 8th or 9th, and then before the end of that lap, jumping the long downhill, looked like he tagged the rear wheel of Zanke. So whether there was a mistake from Zanke coming out of the turn or not, I don't know, but he definitely tagged the rear wheel, and that sent him off the track, into the advertising boards, and then down. So he came round then 25th.
Oriol Oliver, what a ride for the Spaniard. Romain Febvre continues to lead, 4 seconds clear of Adamo. Maxime Gros in 8th place. The number 83, the WZ Racing Team KTM rider, hasn't had the best start to the campaign. 4 rounds missing, and then all of a sudden, just trying to build himself into a bit of confidence. We know he's got speed, we know he's got talent, just needs to find the missing piece of that puzzle. Into the final lap, Simon Langenfelder. He has been absolutely immaculate. Third place going down to the wire between Valerio Latta and Oriol Oliver. It's been a walk in the park here in Ernée for the number 27. Langenfelder wins race 1.
Yeah, it was not easy one.
No.
Yeah, shame. It was good.
You had a good start.
Yeah, I cut at the start, and I think I was 6 or 7, something like this. And yeah, was missing a little bit something. So yeah, gonna work on this for the second moto.
Yeah.
And hopefully a better one. And the same good start, and would be good.
Good luck in race 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was riding not so bad again, but it's just that mistakes I was doing when I was catching somebody made me lose time on the guy in the back, you know. So then after, you know, when the gap is done with the others in the front,
Hard work.
yeah, so it was not an easy race. Like track's quite flat, not so rough, so it's really intensive. But no, again, like position doesn't look so crazy, but riding is not so bad. So you know, just gotta find the right thing to just be on the right spot after in the few first laps, and then you know, once you've got the rhythm and stuff, it's quite okay to keep it there, you know.
If you get out front with those faster guys, you kind of set into their pace a bit.
Yeah,
better.
yeah, sure.
So well done, mate. Good luck in race 2.
Thank you.
And it's Adamo with the foxhole shot this time around. But the Wolf is down. An absolute nightmare day. He's trying to lift up that clutch lever as well. Not out, but another mountain to climb in race 2 for the red plate holder coming into the weekend. He doesn't hold the red plate at the moment though. Just there, the second rider in pink. Then the number 9 of Thibaut Beneston, Monster Energy Yamaha. Everts behind him. Then Perez on the Monster Energy Triumph. Guerda, Valin, Oliver and Latta. Raceless in 11th place. Kaz Volk, who made a mistake in the latter stages of race 1 to come home in 16th position. Oriol Oliver, 51. 4th in race 1, trying to sneak his way up the inside of the Frenchman. Mathis Valin. He makes the move stick. Valin responds immediately, takes that position back again, that 8th place. And then he looks across to defend. Here's Quentin Prugnières, the WZ Racing KTM rider. He is in 16th place at the minute. And just like race 1, Gros is leading Kai de Wolf. De Wolf could not find his way past him during the last 6 laps of race 1. Andrea Adamo in 2nd position. Goes to show how hard he's prepared to push beyond the limits if necessary. He will go 1-1 for the 2nd time this year. Simon Langenfelder wins the MX2 Grand Prix at France. He becomes the new championship leader, and he will head to Germany round 10 with the red plate on the front of his motorcycle.
It was great to see two sort of newcomers to the top 5 this weekend. In Ernée, we've got Valerio Latta, 5th overall, season's best for him, and Honda HRC. And he had a fantastic 3rd in race 1 as well. But who was he being pushed by? Oriol Oliver, the Gabriel SS24 KTM Factory Junior rider, who finished just behind Latta in the first race and was eyeing up a 3rd place finish himself. But he came away 4th overall. Great for him, great for Sean Simpson and the team. 3rd overall for Sasha Kunin in what was a KTM Red Bull 1-2-3. Back-to-back podiums for Sasha Kunin. 2nd overall, Andrea Adamo, 2-2, but it could have been a 2-1. And he is now just over a handful of points off the championship lead after what happened to Kai de Wolf. But Simon Langenfelder, what a fantastic Grand Prix for him. 1-1 for the 2nd time this year. Takes over the lead at the top of the championship, takes his first red plate since 2022 when he won the opening round at Matterley Basin with a 1-1. And it'd be interesting to see heading into his home Grand Prix as the red plate holder. He's never done that before. It'd be interesting to see what that does in terms of crowd numbers, home hero and all of that, and whether he can sustain that pressure and the expectation of a home Grand Prix. And if he passes that test, are we looking at a Simon Langenfelder that all of a sudden believes he can be world champion in 2025?